Above and Below H2O is brought to you by Part City, Disdupers, Macaulay Siding and Windows, Maximum Site Design.
We're at the John Penny Camp Coral Reef State Park. Diving off of the Visibility. There you say hi to Nick, everybody, and Captain Dan, the crew of the Visibility. Today they've taken us to Mike's Wreck and the City of Washington dive site. CJ's got some history for us on that dive site a little later on in the show. Notice the zero gravity, able to do flips, twist, turn. Other than going out of space, this is the only place where you can find neutral buoyancy. Hello, Samantha. It's all cool down here, isn't it? And there's old CJ.
This lobster is a spiny lobster, as we have mentioned before. This one actually is quite large, but they're very interested in us. They use those tentacles to feel and they use them for finding food and also for feeling. This is a pretty cool guy if you ever get to see one. Notice he's not a bit bashful. He wants to keep checking us out, doesn't want to go into his safe place there. I notice all the white coral you see there is actually all dead coral. It's sad to see this coral reef dying, but that's why this reef is protected, to try to help keep coral from dying.
All coral is actually an animal, plant, and mineral. And the coral lives off of algae that lives inside of it. The animal feeds off of the algae and then secretes limestone or other type of minerals. This is the wreck from the City of Washington. CJ, tell us a little bit about the wreck, the City of Washington.
The City of Washington was built on August 30th of 1877. It sunk on July 10th, 1917. The ship was 3.5 feet long. The ship served for 4 different purposes. First, it became a passenger ship. Then it was a hospital and a rescue ship. After that, it became an army transport ship, and then later its final purpose was a coal barge. Unless you want to consider it now, it's a nice place for us to dive on, so it really could have 5 purposes. But this ship went down hauling a bunch of steel. It was carrying 1,951 tons, but this ship could hold a whole lot more than what it was carrying. It got stuck on the reef, and as soon as it got stuck, it immediately went down. It was unsalvageable. 2 other ships went down with it, but they were able to rescue them and salvage the ships. Nobody died on this wreck. All the souls on the ship were saved.
Notice how all these fish stick together. To a predator, they would appear as one big fish. So it's a defensive mechanism for fish to school together.
Changing your own motor oil can save you money and time, but it can also be messy. From the moment the drain plug comes out until the last quart is added, it's anyone's guess where the oil will land. Keep it clean, quick, and easy with an oil change kit from Part City Auto Parts, on sale for $5, including shop towels, a funnel, drain pan, and hand cleaner.
Cumberland Auto Parts, 718 West Avenue, Crossville, and 6149 South York Highway, Clark Range. Your Part City Auto Parts store.
Part City.
Hello, I'm Harry McCulley with McCulley Siding and Windows. Now ladies, I know you're all about your home looking its best. Whether it's replacement windows, siding, vinyl deck and railings, redecorating your kitchen or bathroom, or adding your own beautiful Better Living sunroom. At McCulley's, we know what you like and offer exclusive quality products and professional installation by our certified installers. Come see our showroom or go to McCulleySiding.com. Remember, we make home improvement easy. McCulley Siding and Windows, Crossville, Tennessee.
Crossville Scuba Center. If you're into scuba diving or want to get into the sport, we have all the equipment to get you started. From masks, fins, and snorkels to regulators, VCs, and wetsuits, we have everything you need to make your scuba experience the best it can be. Crossville Scuba Center, 931-456-0128.
Another good place to find a southern stingray out here scrummaging around the bottom for some food. These stingrays, they eat anything, any kind of crustaceans or anything that is on the bottom. This one, he's a little bothered by the fact that we're on his territory, so he's trying to get away from us.
Stingrays use an impulse to find the heartbeat and the food that's inside the sand. And then they'll swoop on top of it and have their feast. Notice the fan coral. The water filters through it and it feeds off of the elements in the water. So it cleans the ocean water as it eats.
As we see this wreck, look at all the pieces of metal, how much that coral has covered this wreck. This wreck has been down for quite a while, but still this coral has took over the metal and starting to deteriorate it, and it's rotting away. It's a true example of how the environment cleans itself up.
And two, the fish have made it a home. You'll find many species of fish around wrecks, so much so that there are companies out there that have now started an artificial reef program all throughout the coastline in the United States.
What we're looking at is the hull of the ship here. We see many of these fish gather up underneath here for protection from the current and the surge, and also from bigger predators. Oh, here, look at here, coming up. It's a big Goliath grouper.
He's hanging out too. Found him a nice place to get away from the surge. Look how the surge is going over top of the boat. But yet it's not affecting him at all. He's just hanging out. CJ is going to get in there and get a good shot of him.
Now, something that's impressive, getting right beside a fish that's almost as big as you. That's one impressive feeling. And this fish doesn't even really care that we're right there. He's a little intrigued and he seems a little skittish, but he's holding his ground.
Notice too, he's got his own cleaner fish that kind of hangs around him, like what you see on the sharks.
Get a good view of that mouth there. Look at that. He could just eat a fish in one bite. He could eat that cleaner fish, but he is more interested in letting that cleaner fish do his job of cleaning him and keeping him healthy than to eat him. This is a spotted moray eel. Blends right in. Look at the camo that fish has with the coral. You would never even know he was there. That's why they are great at ambushing their prey. Well, if you notice, the bits and pieces of this wreck is scattered out. This wreck had to be dynamited for the fact that it was a navigation hazard. When it got stuck on the reef, if other ships would have come by, they would have hit this ship. So they've had to blast it so it would spread out and be able to be navigated by other ships.
And you can notice how the coral has taken it over. It truly is a testimony to the abilities of the earth to clean itself up and fix up whatever we mess up.
We saw several green moray eels on this dive. But remember, we talked last time about why green moray eels are green. Well, Did you notice how they were opening and closing their mouth? It looked really scary, didn't it? But why?
Changing your own motor oil can save you money and time, but it can also be messy. From the moment the drain plug comes out until the last quart is added, it's anyone's guess where the oil will land. Keep it clean, quick, and easy with an oil change kit from Part City Auto Parts, on sale for $5, including shop towels, a funnel, drain pan, and hand cleaner.
Cumberland Auto Parts, 718 West Avenue, Crossville, and 6149 South York Highway, Clark Range. Your Part City Auto Parts store.
Part City.
Hello, I'm Harry McCulley with McCulley Siding and Windows. Now ladies, I know you're all about your home looking its best. Whether it's replacement windows, siding, vinyl deck and railings, redecorating your kitchen or bathroom, or adding your own beautiful Better Living sunroom. At McCulley's, we know what you like and offer exclusive quality products and professional installation by our certified installers. Come see our showroom or go to McCulleySiding.com. Remember, we make home improvement easy. McCulley Siding and Windows, Crossville, Tennessee.
Need a website for your business? Maximum Site Design. Complete web design responsive with all current devices, desktops, smartphones, and tablets. With our SEO experience, we will move your business website to the top of the search engines. Visit us at MaximumSiteDesign.com. Crossville Scuba Center. If you're into scuba diving or want to get into the sport, we have all the equipment to get you started. From masks, fins, and snorkels to regulators, VCs, and wetsuits, we have everything you need to make your scuba experience the best it can be. Crossville Scuba Center, 931-456-0128.
Now, the eel's mouth was opening and closing for the fact that he was pulling in water, and as the water come in, the water would pass over his gills, and that's the way he is breathing. So as you see eels opening and closing their mouth, that's not a way of threatening you to scare you away. It's his way of breathing.
We've talked previously about how fragile coral is. Remember, we talked about the coral, the brain coral, not touching it. Notice how CJ's buoyancy is right on. He's just floating in water. That's probably one of the most difficult skills that a diver has to learn. We're in salt water, so it requires a little more weight to sink in salt water than it does in fresh water. And in order to protect the coral, we want to maintain our neutral buoyancy so that we don't mess up the fish habitat or mess up the coral. When you take your open water scuba class, that's a skill that you'll work a lot on. You wear special equipment, it's called a BCD, which will help to put air in it to offset your negative buoyancy to make you neutrally buoyant. Remember at the beginning of the show, we saw Aaron doing flips and swimming around, and as we've mentioned, it's just like being in outer space. It's the only place you can go on the earth to achieve neutral buoyancy. And it's not only for the coral's protection, but it makes for a more relaxing dive. That way you're not having to work and struggle to stay down or work and struggle to stay up.
Well, looky here. There's some remains of somebody's dinner. This could have been a nurse shark. You know, they like to eat on shellfish.
This dive was in the afternoon on another part of the Elbow Reef. We'd like to give a special shout out to the dive shop there at John Pennycamp Coral Reef State Park, the visibility, and thank Captain Dan and Pretty Boy for a wonderful day out on the reef. sure to go check them out. They know where to take you. They know where the dive sites are right. You notice again, neutral buoyancy. Protect that coral reef. You'll notice a lot of species of coral are separated. Coral are very defensive and very territorial. They will actually set out a war, a siege against another coral if it begins to invade its space.
That spotted fish that we just saw, that was a Graysby. It looks very similar to a grouper, but it's not a grouper. We see another green moray eel. An interesting thing for you, green moray eels do not see color. And they really don't have the best eyesight. The way they find their food is they actually smell it.
There's that nurse shark that CJ said probably feasted down upon that clam. Again, they become very active at night. Find a nice quiet place to hide from the surge during the day, just sleep on the bottom.
Changing your own motor oil can save you money and time, but it can also be messy. From the moment the drain plug comes out until the last quart is added, it's anyone's guess where the oil will land. Keep it clean, quick, and easy with an oil change kit from Parts City Auto Parts, on sale for $5, including shop towels, a funnel, drain pan, and hand cleaner.
Cumberland Auto Parts, 718 West Avenue, Crossville, and 6149 South York Highway, Clark Range. Your Parts City Auto Parts store.
Parts City.
Hello, I'm Harry McCulley with McCulley Siding and Windows. Now, ladies, I know you're all about your home looking its best. Whether it's replacement windows, siding, vinyl decking railings, redecorating your kitchen or bathroom, or adding your own beautiful Better Living sunroom. At McCulley's, we know what you like and offer exclusive quality products and professional installation by our certified installers. Come see our showroom or go to McCulleySiding.com. Remember, we make home improvement easy. McCulley Siding and Windows, Crossville, Tennessee.
Need a website for your business? Maximum Site Design. Complete web design responsive with all current devices, desktops, smartphones, and tablets. With our SEO experience, we will move your business website to the top of the search engines. Visit us at MaximumSiteDesign.com.
Above and Below H2O is brought to you by Florida State Parks. Enjoy swimming, hiking, birding, picnicking, and more at Florida State Parks. From hidden beaches to historic landmarks, there's something for everyone. Discover the real Florida at 171 Florida State Park and Trail locations. Visit us online at www.floridastateparks.org.
Did you enjoy seeing those divers at the beginning of the show this week? Neutrally buoyant, just flying. What an awesome feeling. Only way to be. You decided to take up the sport of diving. It is a safe sport, provided you're taught in the proper way. You pick out an instructor. You want to make sure that you pick an instructor that's going to teach you to dive by the tables. It's called a recreational dive planner. It helps you keep up with your nitrogen clock. Diving is a safe sport, provided you take that nitrogen into consideration. That's the diver's danger. So be sure, when you're going to dive, pick out a good instructor.